Okay, so,
Talk to him.
fuck.
I know. It's the whole thing. He'll tell you. It's the whole thing right now.
We can talk about David. We can talk about me. We can talk about Canada. But we can't talk about Arrow.
What?
You know what? Let's just fuck this.
Yeah, fuck
let's
it,
go.
right?
Let's go.
Right?
Let's go.
Right? Let's just go.
Questions.
Do we have anybody lined up yet over? Oh, we got someone rushing to a microphone now. There we go. All right.
This is a great room.
Hey.
This is a great room.
Fantastic.
You guys, applaud yourselves. It's fantastic.
David and I are going to do our best.
We will.
Yeah.
Look, they
Okay.
brave torrential storms and tornadoes. To be here. No, really. There was a tornado 2 days? 2 days?
Why? You brought it from Nebraska. Okay.
Yeah, you did. If you came from Nebraska, you brought tornadoes.
Thanks, Nebraska. Thanks for that. Let's start over here on the left. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, so my name's TJ.
TJ.
And my question was, after filming a long show like Arrow for 8 years or any show like that, what's the feeling when you walk onto set for the last time? Is it sadness, excitement for the future? Like, what's the feeling?
It's okay to say you cried.
The final episode of Arrow, for me, was actually not the easiest time that I've had. But going back in the final season of The Flash, and getting to do the scene with David and with Grant, that was really special. Like, that actually gave me closure.
That was good. That was good. It's interesting about that moment too. Let me give you a little bit of insight on this man next to me. On that episode of Flash, Steven said something very revealing, and it was revealing as an actor and as a person, and just how, how seriously he's always taken what he does in his work, but just how much he wanted to really do honor to Oliver, which he's always wanted to do. But this is what he said, and we're on set, and I'm going to tell him. All right, and he said, I've been doing heels, and he didn't say I've been doing heels, but he said, haven't been doing this in a while, and I want to make sure I do this right. As if there's any way he couldn't do it right, right? But it just spoke to, and this, everyone, all the actors are there, and it's just me and him, and the camera's on us, and before we do the next take, and he just said, I just want to make sure I do this right, And it was very telling of just, of course you're going to get it right, but just how concerned he was with getting this moment correct. So I think it just speaks great about who this guy is and how seriously he takes the role, man. I really admired it.
Thank you, and welcome to Montreal.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hi there, my name is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
I just came in from tornado-ridden Ottawa.
Oh yeah, that's where I heard, that's where it was.
Why are there tornadoes?
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm from Toronto. Why are there tornadoes here? What's happening?
Mother Nature's fighting back. She's fighting back.
Yeah, right.
She's fighting back.
Yeah, you got it right.
My question is, both of your characters are super physical. And I would like to know, how how many of the stunts did they allow you guys to do versus what you wanted to do? Like, would you say it was like a 50-50 ratio that they would allow in your
I'll
stuff?
let you start.
You got it? Okay. Well, for me, when you see folks going through walls and jumping off of freeway overpasses, that's not me. Yeah, that's not me. But the fighting, there's a lot of me fighting. There's
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of that stuff. That's me, which I love doing. But no, these guys are very serious. And Stunts Canada, they were some of the best stunt guys ever on our show. Really, amazing that we didn't get an Emmy, but we won't get into that. But freeway overpasses, it's funny too. I had a very good stunt double named Marshall Bingham. And one day there was a 30-foot overpass, about 35 feet. He didn't break his leg, he sprained his ankle, but what's funny, not really funny, but you know, you jump off these passes and it's called a ratchet, right? You're kind of hooked up to this line, and as soon as you pull it gives you the slack, so you kind of float down, but then you're not really floating. But anyway, it popped. He falls 35 feet, right? You think every bone, you just hear it, you just, you know, you hear it. And we're all sitting on the side, and your eyes get big, everyone rushes over. He just lays there, got up.
The stunt coordinator goes, "Get up, loser."
That's right. He gets up, shakes off his ankle, maybe a bit of a sprain, and he goes to the hospital. He's working next week. Like these guys, there's no way I'm doing it. There's no way. So all that stuff, you see people going through walls, jumping off overpasses, that's not me. Could have been Steven though, I don't know.
I tried to do all my stunts for the first couple of years. And in the first episode of the second season, David and Emily come to land you. And Emily steps on a landmine, and Oliver has to swing down and get her. And I wanted to do this stunt. And they're like, "You can't do it." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna do it shirtless."
Yes!
So you can't, like, there's no body double. And they're like, "We'll put the tattoos on Simon, my stunt double." And I went, "No, you won't." And then I got up in that tree, and I fucked up. So from that point forward, I was a little bit more thoughtful when it comes to doing stunts, because we're making a TV show.
Thank you both very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Olivia, aka Bad Girl. That's why I did.
Hey, Olivia.
Hey. I'm really nervous. I've been wanting to talk to you guys for like ever. I wanted to know, filming in Canada compared to filming in the US, do you guys see a difference between the two, or? Because like, not gonna lie, my aunt was one of the ones dressing you guys up in Vancouver. Yeah.
Your aunt
Yeah.
dressed us.
Yeah, she was a costume designer for the show.
What's her name?
Maria Wetterman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is she?
She's good. I actually asked her if she can like grab some of your stuff.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Well done.
She didn't. I didn't get anything, but you know.
Right now we
She didn't.
But I was just wondering, do you guys see a difference between filming like in Canada and in the US, or?
I'll take this one.
got it.
The first couple of years of Arrow, I was very triggered by noise and stuff like that. Like if someone's phone didn't ring, but if it buzzed during a take, I'd freak out. And then I went and shot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in New York. And during my first take on that movie at the corner of like 42nd and Broadway. As I'm pulling up, and there's this big crane going, there was a tourist bus going by at the same time. I went, hey, so that's Stephen Amell shooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I realized that I needed to relax. That's the difference from my perspective. By the way, I apologize for my voice, guys. My son has been cutting a molar for the past 4 days. I have had 8 hours of sleep over the past 4 days. He did it. He cut the shit out of that molar.
They do.
Thank you so much for everything you did on the show. Honestly, you guys were awesome. So thank you very much for representing DC. I mean, I'm a DC fan, but thank you very much for everything.
Thank you.
I guess the other difference is the costuming designers are better in Vancouver, right? Sir, what's your name and what's your question?
Hey, I'm Costa. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So the first thing I want to say is, since you're both here, one memory I absolutely love is when Diggle first becomes your security guard and you would just escape his ass. And the next day you'd be like, hey man, I went to the bathroom, where'd you go?
Those were fun times.
My question for you guys is, were you guys chosen to be Arrow and Diggle, or did you guys have to audition for it?
Yeah, well, for me, I was doing another show at the time called Blue Bloods out in New York, speaking of New York. And thank you. And I got a call from one of the producers, from my manager, saying one of the producers wanted to meet me. And unbeknownst to me at the time, Greg Berlanti, who created the Arrowverse, he and his father were big fans of Blue Bloods. And at the time I was recurring on Blue Bloods, was going back and forth. Blue Bloods wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger on a regular, and they said, you know, we really have you in mind for this role. Doesn't have much to do in the pilot, but he becomes his guy later on. And you know, a couple things about that. Number one, they had a vision, Greg had a vision about the character. And, but honestly, as you saw in Arrow, Diggle could have gone another direction. And it really was you guys. Because ultimately the character became part of the actual lore, actually the DC lore became part of the comic book, the character. And it was in no small part because of how you guys responded to the character. So, I'm always grateful to the fandom for that. Sincerely grateful. So originally, it was an offer in the sense that, hey, these guys want to meet you. There was some formality in terms of going through the network and other things, but they really had me in mind for it. So I was quite fortunate in a lot of different ways. There was just a sequence of very fortunate events for me and for the show in general. Every single time someone came on the show, it was just chemistry. That's another story, but I just think the show was just kind of touched in that sense. We just had fortunate after fortunate event, really. Yeah.
I auditioned.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
I did. I was the first person to audition. Yeah.
Were you
Yeah.
also the last?
I was the first person to audition. I was the first person to audition. Grant Gustin was the first person to audition. Melissa Benoist was the first person to audition with David Rappaport, the casting director.
Is David
Because-
Rappaport just maybe a little lazy?
Maybe he thought that I was on Glee. I don't know.
It's an early day.
My wife and daughter are rewatching Glee, right now is their go to sleep show. Why is Grant Gustin the same age as he was 14 years ago?
I know. Well, you haven't seen anything until he dances in that Flash outfit. He gets to play tap dances.
What was the question?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad they chose you guys because you got a fucking badass together.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
And lastly, thanks for saving the universe.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, my name is Mariana. I'm from Mexico.
Ana, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien.
That's it, as far as it's going.
That's great. My question for you guys is, have you watched the whole show? And if you have, which one is your favorite season to watch?
My favorite season is season 1. My favorite season to watch is season 2. The season I'm most proud of is season 5.
That's good. For me, season 1 is so nostalgic, right? Why? Because it was just lightning. It was just lightning, bro. Like, I know a lot of people don't really think about it, but we were in the shadow of Smallville, you know? And you just ripped it, bro. Like when he killed dude, you can't reveal my secret. Snap. That was hard. That was hard.
David and I, in season 1, the shooting schedule was so oppressive that we would have to do days in the bunker, in the Arrow bunker, where we are basically filming 40% of the episode in a day. And he and I turned to each other at a certain point and we went, let's fucking do it. Let's go.
It's true. And we'll just stay right there and we made love. When Stephen Amell says, let's go, you know what it means.
This Montreal panel is getting off the chain.
To your point about season 1 being crazy and the comparison to Smallville, I can remember watching everything as it was coming out. I think it was right in the pilot, there's a stunt where Oliver goes launching off on a rooftop 15 feet in the air and then comes down. I paused it, I'm looking at it like, holy shit, that's him.
That's him, yeah.
That's Stephen Amell doing that.
My knee still hurts.
No offense to the guy, I'm gonna be on stage with him later today, but Tom Welling ain't doing that.
Tom Welling is is the closest thing to Christ.
I'll tell him you said so later today. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Edgar. I'm from Mexico too.
Thank you for that.
Do you two know each other?
No. Mexico is a big country.
Yeah, you let him know.
Every time a Canadian goes to the States, it's the same thing. Oh, I have a friend from Canada. Do you know him? Oh, my good friend Stephen Amell. Yes, of course. I hang out all the time.
Well, my question is, from all the villains that appear across the shows, which one was your favorite both in villainy, like them, and in acting personality?
My favorite villain was David in season 6 when he was mad at me. Because that was totally uncalled for.
There's a little story I got before you answer that.
I don't know this story.
It's another one about, I like this guy. And he,
Just really quickly,
yeah.
the scene that you and I had in season 6 when we got after it might be my favorite scene in the history of Arrow.
Well, you know something, I'm gonna speak to that because when they wrote that scene, it was originally written like, we're gonna do some martial arts stuff, like have some martial art fight. And then Steven was like, you know, that's not how brothers fight. Like brothers don't throw punches and block. Like they smash shit. You know, they just wrestle and put each other in headlocks and that's how brothers fight. So that fight ended up being something that was really from the soul and really touched folks because it was real and visceral and a family fight as opposed to something that was, you know, that you would normally see on Arrow, right?
And I came up with this idea, but then I was like, oh shoot. I've got to fight this guy.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm not equipped.
But it ended up really nice. What was the question? I forgot.
Favorite villain?
Well, favorite villain, yeah. Did you answer the question? What was your favorite villain? Your favorite villain? Yeah.
Josh Cigar.
Yeah.
Prometheus.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, right.
Yeah, I knew that was your answer. I love Josh. Josh was just, there's something he was doing with his face, and I just think he had that whole, the quality of the villain, like the fact that he would die for it. There was something really visceral about that character. For me, it was Manu Bennett, Deathstroke. Yeah. Now, Manu was interesting. But yeah, for me, that it was.
You didn't have to fight Manu.
You did. Well, no, you did.
I did. It wasn't the best.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother.
Hi, I'm Luis. I'm also from Mexico.
Now you're just messing with us.
I'm actually yeah. So I have a question for you guys. As you said, you were after Smallville, and I grew up watching Smallville, and then you guys, and I wanted to know how does it feel to be in one of the core series that allowed the universe that you created with the Flash, with Supergirl, to know that you have created a legacy, because it has never been done before in a TV show, and you went to the top with Crisis on Infinite Earths. How does it feel to be in that kind of event, you know, like being one of the greatest series in history of heroes at all? How does it feel to be, like, you know, in 30 years they were talking about Arrow and your characters, and you know, how, because I think that we can all agree that the DC universe, it's you guys. Right now, the only universe that we have created, that it's finished and it's really cool, it's yours. So how does it feel to be like, okay, we're the top guys, you know?
Thank you for that. Thanks for that.
Thank you. But just thank you. It's difficult to step away from something and look at it. I think we did something really cool.
Oh yeah, you did.
That people liked and that they will continue to like. And 5-6 years from now, when you guys get a teaser trailer that's dropped of me and David as Green Lantern and Green Arrow, our traveling heroes about 10 years from now, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. Am I allowed to say that?
Hey, I'm with you.
So,
just grateful, man. I mean, just grateful. Like just what do you say? And I think Steven's right. Sometimes you need a little distance right? Can't see the forest for the trees. And, you know, you gotta get away from it and you go, wow. But I remember at this Comic-Con, man, I don't know if it was season maybe 4, maybe 3, and we were in San Diego, and me, Steve, and Emily were there, along with the other cast, and we just kind of, and there were 1,000 people there, and we just kind of had a moment where we just were like, wow, right? Like, look at this, man. Like, we were, you know, you have to kind of step back because it's like, you know, you got to get involved with negotiations or whatever the politics of it all is, and we just kind of had that moment where it was like, you know, we were hunting for this and we got it. We got it, you know. So even now, man, we were back there and he made the introduction, and Steven heard the crowd, and we were just like, we just didn't have any idea there were this many people. You know, and not that we're expecting small numbers. It's just we're still like, wow. We're still wow, man.
Thank you. We love you guys.
What is your name and what part of Mexico are you? Probably.
That's good. That's good.
I'm Michael, but I'm not Mexican, I'm Filipino. My question is for both Steven and David. What is your favorite crossover episodes?
I'll answer for his gonna be better than mine. It's when you ever see him in the Flash outfit? That's all I gotta say, bro.
When I was in the Flash outfit, that was my favorite crossover. And I felt like I handled my business as best I could. And then we had to do a scene with me and Melissa and Grant with all the Arrow cast, and all of them looked at me and they're like, we can't. And I went, guys, we have to do a serious scene. And they went, you look stupid. And I went, guys, I'm the Flash. And they went, no, you're not. I know, well, I have to be in this scene. They go, do we have to be there while you guys film it? And I went, yeah. You're in the scene. I was very self-conscious. I looked so stupid.
It was awesome.
Now you know what to bring to the signing at the table, a picture of Steven.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline, and I'm dressed as Black Canary. And thank you first so much for all that you've done. And I was not into DC at all before I saw Smallville, and then Arrow really launched me into this universe. So thank you. One thing that I've been wondering since the very beginning is the salmon ladder. Is it feasible for someone like me, or did you have training beforehand? How did that work? And I don't know, David, if you've done the salmon ladder as well.
He's never done it, can't do it.
No, it's good. Go.
Before I got cast in Arrow, I didn't have a gym membership. I just had a pull-up bar in my shitty apartment in Hollywood. And if you can do 10 chin-ups, then you can do the salmon ladder.
All right,
It's-
I'm gonna get back to you with
It's
the next
technique and rhythm, not strength.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're saying David can't do 10 chin-ups? That's what you're saying?
That is correct.
Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
Brian from Montreal. In the hypothetical world where you are working on a wrestling show called Faces, who would have been the inspiration for a character named King Ace, let's say? And then David, if you got to be on a similar show along with your friend, who would you model your character after? Did I cross? I tried to word it diplomatically.
Let me think. Who would my character be modeled off of? Is the question.
Yeah.
Junkyard Dog? Let me think. It would probably be the late, great Macho Man Randy Savage. Was it really? Yeah. Man, that fight with him and Steamboat was like, oh yeah. It's like, even now, it's like, turn that on, it's like, whoa.
Macho Man smashes WrestleMania 3,
Yeah.
Hogan, WrestleMania 5, all the things they did in WrestleMania 4, him and Flair, WrestleMania 8.
Mad Dog,
Mad Dog, oh
Just
really?
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of I'm trying to think of just in terms of technically, maybe Hitman was as good, maybe? Just technically, just in terms of technical wrestler.
No, Macho Man. Macho Man.
Macho Man?
You're Macho Man. Ooh,
That's a compliment.
Yeah. Well, what about you? Well, Macho Man as well?
No, I'm Hulk.
Change the game.
I went to WrestleMania 6, guys, and when Warrior beat Hulk, I was at a third grade birthday party. I cried hard. I was ostracized from my friend group.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not over it.
I would have supported you.
Thank you, brother. Good question.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to get to the end of every question line. We only have a couple of minutes left, so let's try and get through as many of you as we can.
All right. Hi, my name's Adam. Good to see you both. My question, according to the trades at least, so call nonsense if you want, but also you're on strike, so you can say whatever you want. David, you were allegedly set to headline an Arrow spin-off show called Just As You that died via various studio politics. What do you feel comfortable saying about the show that we won't see ever?
Nothing. I don't know what they want. You know, it belongs to a studio, and I don't know exactly what they want to do with it. And we'll just have to wait and see about that. But I mean, thank you for bringing it up. It's I don't know. And even if there wasn't a strike, I don't know what they want to do, man. It's way above my head. Those properties, man, they're and there was another character even before Just As You that we talked about for years during Arrow, and that was wrapped up in a whole lot of political stuff. So, you know, I don't. It's way above my head, and I think just, you know, I just do the work and the stuff lands wherever it lands, you know. But I don't. The answer is I can't say anything because I don't know anything besides they've made a choice, and I just I go where they point me at this point.
Great, thank you. Appreciate
You're welcome. Yep.
Hi, my name is Enzo. just wanted to know if there was ever any discussions about with all, Flash, Batman and all that, if there was ever discussions about doing an Arrow movie.
Yeah, there was. And it got kiboshed for reasons that are stupid. You guys have me at my most honest. They wanted to do an Arrow movie between season 2 and season 3, and it would have lined up perfectly with the mid-season finale, where I fought Ra's al Ghul on the mountain, and they decided not to do it because maybe they were worried about how successful it would be. I said that out loud.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi guys, my name's David, also from Tornado Hit Ottawa. I was just wondering if you guys had any ideas or stories about your characters that you wanted to see implemented in the show, but they just never made it into the production at all.
Maybe Oliver and Diggle going on a friend date.
That would have been nice.
Just go like, just leave Star City, go like Big Sur.
Oh yeah, right?
Get some homemade wine. Small hotel room. Maybe something.
That would be fun. I know. There was, but I think the Flash covered it. I think the closure, what I was missing was the closure that between Oliver and Diggle, that I think the Flash appropriately did. That was really earned. I like that storyline of just how the Spectre came back and there was some real closure between Oliver and Diggle.